today. We're going to do a quick review of what we talked about today. We're going to talk about some of the ideologies we talked about in classical liberalism. So yesterday we talked about the Enlightenment. And with the Enlightenment thinkers, we talked about people like Locke and Rousseau and Hobbes. And essentially what all these people were saying is that power comes from the government, from these big institutions such as the king and so on, and it goes to the people. And so Locke calls for revolution. Adam Smith calls for capitalism. Rousseau talks to the social contract and the general will. And so we have all these thinkers saying that the people have the power, the people have the power. And so we said that all these thinkers, when we take the ideologies together, what they're calling for is something called classical liberalism. And so classical liberalism, when you think about it, is essentially when the government gets smaller and people have the power. It promotes democracy and it promotes capitalism. So democracy is a political idea, capitalism is an economic idea. And however, though capitalism in theory and classical liberalism is actually a wonderful idea, in fact, it leaves people behind. It abuses the workers and it destroys the environment. And so what people started to see is that because the government stepped out and the king was gone, essentially the same system remained. Classical liberalism, which was designed to deal with inequality, essentially creates more inequality where the king is now replaced by the business owner. And so instead, classical liberalism begins to evolve, and though it was a response to mercantilism, a new ideology shows up, which we call modern liberalism. So modern liberalism says the government needs to increase their role so that people have a chance to be successful. And so a quick run through. The Enlightenment thinkers, Locke, Rousseau, Hobbes, Montesquieu, they all call for limited government, which is classical liberalism. It's supposed to solve the inequality, but it creates more inequality. And out of that, we get a desire for people to increase the role of government, and we get modern liberalism. So modern liberalism comes out of it. Classical liberalism comes out of the Enlightenment. We see its weaknesses, inequality and environmental degradation. The workers get abused. And out of that, we get modern liberalism. So that's just a quick run through what we talked about today. Please feel free to go over your notes. Have a great day. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.